My angels, how are you? How are you? How are you? I have decided to do this video because today I'm so story of my life, but I've decided that wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I will make sure I upload a video. I will be doing it every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturdays will be a bonus, but I've decided to do it on those 4 days because on Sundays it's a bit iffy and Mondays I'm a day off, and I'm really trying to honor that day off. So let me try and position myself where I can be seen. So I think I'm just gonna have to hold this. Great. Okay, so today I want to talk to you ladies about you've been single too long when. Now I get it. I get this. I get why so many of us have decided to be single. Part of the things that I'm going to be talking about, we're going to be working on, like I've already said, the Soulmate Attraction System course. Hi, Rochelle, and one of the things that I have been obviously speaking to you ladies about, we'll be talking about, is the fact that when you do the Soulmate Attraction System course, you will have to go on at least 3 dates. It is part of the practical side of the theory, if you like, of the more intense open the bonnet stuff. The reason for that is it is possible to be single too long. And I get it. I get that you went dating. I get that we all need to take some time out. I get that we need to have a sabbatical. But what happens is that when we take too much time out of the game, like everything else in life, if you take too much time out of the workplace, if you take too much time out of business, if you take too much time out of a healthy lifestyle, if you take too much time out of anything that you've been doing consistently, even if it's for a sabbatical, there is a healthy time out, then there is too much time out. What happens is you will begin to show by some of the things that you begin to do, or some of the actions and the decisions that you start to make when you are ready to go back in the game. Now, a lot of us are guilty of that. We've been let down, we've been disappointed in the past by relationships that didn't work out, or men that didn't check out, and you got exhausted, and what was supposed to be a few weeks or a few months out has become years of singleness. And now you are showing the signs that you've been single too long. One of the signs that you've been single too long is that you now have an unrealistic expectation of what is actually available to you on the dating scene. One of the things that I encounter a lot with my clients who haven't been dating for a very long time is that they have lost touch with what can be genuinely had on the ground. The list of requirements is longer than my arm, my legs, and my body when I'm lying down horizontally. Your list looks way too long when you've been out of the game for too long, because you've had enough time to put down all of these requirements. But when you are dating, when you are meeting people, when you are out there meeting, greeting, having conversations, you begin to get a more realistic understanding or version of how really it is on the ground. You become, another thing that shows that you've been single too long is because you become intolerant. You are incapable of tolerating anybody's mishaps or their imperfections. All of a sudden, you can't tolerate this and you can't tolerate that because you've been out of the game. You have not been relating. One of the things I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I was saying the same thing to him because I was talking to him about his relationship. And what I was saying to him is, you've just been single too long. And when you've been single too long, your mind begins to prefer singleness. Your mind is designed to give back everything that you put into it. So if your mind is been programmed to be single, enjoys being single, then your mind begins to believe that that is the safest, best thing to be. And I think I keep saying this on this group. I keep sharing this thought because I really want you to understand that there is a whole internal wiring program. And what I was saying to him was, you're so used to being single. Single is comfortable. So what's happening with you is when somebody comes into your life and the relationship is real and it is meaningful, you are going to, without knowing it, sabotage that relationship, be harsh. And some of the reasons why I was saying that he was single too long is some of the things this woman was exhibiting in the relationship is typical girl stuff. It's typical girl stuff. It's not even anything real, but he'd already read so much into it because he's developed this inability to tolerate certain things that he would have built a tolerance for had he been dating. Because when you are dating, you begin to see that some things are not this person's actual issue. That is just how men are. It's how men are wired. It's how men view the world or see the world. But you need to be dating a few people. You need to be meeting different men. You need to be having similar interactions with the opposite sex to understand that he's not being weird. In this case, he's being a man. Okay, so some of the things that we are being intolerant of are genuine masculine energy issues, masculine thinking issues. But if you've not been dating for a long time, if you've been out of it for a long time, chances are you've been spending more time with your girlfriends. Chances are you've been spending more time doing work and with colleagues, that you're just not tuned in to some of these things. So what ends up happening with women when you've been single too long, you start to throw men back into the pond. You start to throw them back because you are looking for something that ordinarily you wouldn't be so bothered by it if you knew that this is a genuine characteristic of men. So I'm finding that the issues and I have to work with my clients and really help them get real. Now, when I say get real, that is not about lowering your standards, because that's another problem that we end up having. It's not about accepting less than what you deserve. It's about really, truly being realistic about human behavior, human wiring, and masculine energy and how it presents. And when you come out for too long, you begin to not know the difference. So it's important that even when you are out of the game, that you still engage in going on a date with a man now and again. Those of you who've read my book know that I took or listened to any podcast or anything that I've ever done. Know that I've taken a good 3 years out of dating. But what you don't know is that what I meant was I took 3 years out of conscious kind of, right, I'm going to find a husband, I'm going to be found by a husband. I took that time out. But I was still accepting dates. I was still going on dates with men. I was still interacting with them. I was still getting to know some people. So you can still make those friendships, still be a part of the game without necessarily looking for something that's serious, but needing to stay within the game. It's like anything else in life, in our profession, at work. What happens is, if you take time out, let's say even for maternity, by the time you come back, the culture has changed, things have shifted. So it's better for you to just keep your hand in. So I know that on this course, we're going to have some women who haven't been dating for a long time. And I want to invite you to make sure to enroll in the course. You just go on my website, and I'm going to leave the details for you in the comment section. You can still use a coupon code and get your discount. But this is really going to be challenging for you, and it's going to be really important that you understand this as we get ready. And for those of you who haven't been dating for a while, stop sitting in your house. Stop waiting for him to knock on the door. Stop waiting for, go on a date with somebody sensible, somebody reasonable, somebody that you can respect, somebody that you think this man is respectable. Go on a date, go to dinner, go for a picnic, go for a walk. Do something with somebody so you can be aware of how to relate to men in a way that is realistic, because otherwise you will find yourself single indefinitely, waiting for this long list that you've written, this long expectation list that you've written that won't be met, and then you're going to be discouraged. So it's really important that with all of the learning and all of the stuff you're taking in from this channel, from my YouTube channel, from my work, from my free ebook that you can get and download from my website, chengisworld.co.uk, all of this information is only going to mean something when you're out there getting your feet wet. You know, I always say that you cannot learn to swim without getting wet. And some of us are standing by the side of the pool doing, I really want to swim, but I don't want to get wet. You've got to get wet. You've got to get yourself into the water, and you've got to get wet, and you've got to feel that, ooh, that chill. So yes, it was painful in the past. Yes, you've been let down. But now, with all your new knowledge and all your new understanding, with me by your side, helping you along, get back into dating. Date good guys. Date guys that are respectable. Don't necessarily have to do it with, is he going to put a ring on my finger or not? But do it with a mindset that says, yeah, I need to stay in the game. Okay, so that's really important so that you don't encounter difficulties when you are ready to really position yourself in the way that you should. So for those of you who haven't already enrolled in the course, you have until the 1st of September. I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm looking forward to introducing you to Chengi's World coaches that I am going to be working with, and who will also be working with you on this particular platform. So I am really sort of gonna be giving you as much support as you need and deserve on this course. Make it a priority to be on this course. Details will be left in the comments. Visit my website and let's get this party started. In the meantime, have yourself a wonderful day, and I will see you soon on my next video. Take care of you. Bye.